From nearly losing his life to becoming one of the NFL's most dominant tight ends, this is Darren Waller's powerful journey, a story of redemption, resilience, and redefining greatness through unimaginable adversity and determination. Darren Waller's early life began in the peaceful suburb of Ackworth, Georgia, a tight-knit middle-class community where family and support were the backbone of his upbringing. From a young age, Darren demonstrated exceptional promise as both a gifted student and a standout athlete. He excelled in academics and sports, setting high goals for himself and those around him. His future appeared to be bright, filled with limitless opportunities and success. However, despite his outward accomplishments, Darren faced deeper struggles that he couldn't easily escape. Navigating adolescence brought with it confusion and self-doubt. Growing up in a predominantly white neighborhood, Darren felt torn between different racial groups, which made him feel isolated and unsure of his place in the world. This internal conflict began to manifest in unhealthy ways, pushing him toward risky behaviors that would ultimately shape the course of his life. At just 15 years old, Darren began experimenting with drugs, starting with prescription pills to ease the pressures of life, but eventually moving on to marijuana and alcohol. What began as a youthful curiosity quickly evolved into a dangerous addiction. The line between experimentation and dependency blurred, consuming more and more of his time, energy, and focus. Darren Waller's talent on the football field at Georgia Tech was undeniable. Standing tall at 6 feet 6 inches with incredible speed and hands, he was a standout athlete who caught the attention of scouts and fans alike. On paper, Darren had everything going for him. An impressive career in college football that could have set the stage for a successful professional career. But off the field, things were far from perfect. The pressures of balancing academics, athletics, and a personal life became overwhelming. As his football career blossomed, Darren's struggles with addiction began to take center stage. What started as occasional partying turned into a dangerous cycle of substance abuse. The pressures to perform at the highest level, combined with his internal battles, created a toxic environment. In an attempt to maintain his dream of going pro, Darren resorted to cheating drug tests. He thought he could outsmart the system, but the problem wasn't just with the tests, it was with his inability to manage his addiction. Each attempt to hide his struggles only made things worse, driving him further into a downward spiral. Despite his undeniable talent, concerns over his character became a major red flag for NFL teams. By the time the 2015 NFL Draft came around, Darren was still seen as a first-round talent, but the Baltimore Ravens took a chance on him in the 6th round, a risk knowing the challenges he faced. The opportunity was there, but his addiction threatened to overshadow his potential. As Darren joined the Ravens, the pressures of playing in the NFL were intense, and his off-field issues only seemed to intensify. His addiction continued to take precedence over his career and personal growth. Every game, every practice, and every interaction became harder to manage as addiction dictated his life. Darren's dream was slipping away, and his path toward becoming the player he once promised to be was in serious jeopardy. August 11th, 2017, was a day that Darren Waller will never forget. It was the darkest moment of his life, a near-fatal overdose that nearly ended everything. Darren was found unconscious in his Jeep just outside the Ravens training facility. Consuming fentanyl-laced pills had pushed his body to the brink, leaving him completely unresponsive to his surroundings. This wasn't just an isolated incident. It was a wake-up call, a moment where Darren finally realized the depths of his addiction and the toll it was taking on his life. For years he had struggled with balancing football and his personal demons, but that day in August became the turning point. After regaining consciousness, Darren knew he couldn't continue down the same path. On September 14, 2017, he entered rehab, a crucial step toward recovery and reclaiming his life. This wasn't just about getting clean. It was about addressing the root causes of his addiction and taking control of his future. The road to recovery wasn't easy. Darren had to confront not only the physical effects of addiction, but the emotional and mental struggles that had been buried for years. Rehab wasn't just about sobriety. It was about healing from within, learning how to manage his emotions, and rediscovering the person he truly wanted to be. What began as a desperate attempt to save his career turned into a journey of self-discovery. Darren's near overdose served as the ultimate catalyst for change. For the first time in a long while, he understood that his life was worth more than the fleeting highs of substance abuse. Recovery for Darren Waller wasn't just about putting down the drugs. It was about finding purpose and meaning beyond addiction. After completing rehab, Darren faced the challenge of rebuilding his life from the ground up. This wasn't an easy journey, but it was a necessary one to reclaim his future. One of the first steps Darren took toward recovery was finding stability in simple, everyday routines. To regain control, he sought out structure, a foundation he had lost during his darkest days. That led him to take a job at Sprouts grocery store, where he focused on basic, honest work. At Sprouts, Darren wasn't just scanning groceries or stocking shelves. He was learning to build a sense of normalcy, something he hadn't experienced for years due to his struggles with addiction. This job gave him the structure he needed to rebuild his life and rediscover who he was beyond his identity as an athlete. Working at Sprouts also taught Darren invaluable lessons in discipline and resilience. It wasn't glamorous, but it was real. He understood that small, consistent efforts were what ultimately fueled long-term change. From showing up on time to maintaining a strong work ethic, every task contributed to his personal growth. This period of self-reflection and personal development became the cornerstone of his recovery. Darren realized that by focusing on these simple routines, he could create a drug-free life that was fulfilling and sustainable. His transformation wasn't just physical, it was mental and emotional, strengthening his resolve to stay clean and build a brighter future. Through this process, Darren solidified his commitment to his second chance. Each day at Sprouts became a step toward not only healing but thriving. It was a period of immense growth, where he took ownership of his life and began writing a new chapter, not just for his career, but for his entire existence. Darren Waller's journey back to the NFL was nothing short of remarkable. After battling addiction and finding his way through recovery, he signed with the Las Vegas Raiders and returned to the field with more than just athletic talent. He brought a story of survival and perseverance. Standing tall at 6 feet 7 inches and boasting a blazing 4.4 speed, Darren immediately made his mark on the NFL. From the moment he stepped onto the field, it was clear that this wasn't just another player trying to make a comeback. This was Darren Waller redefining greatness. His performances were nothing short of extraordinary. Game after game, he displayed a level of dominance that surpassed even the highest expectations. Whether it was making highlight reel catches or breaking tackles with ease, Darren showcased his unmatched skills and athleticism. One of the most unforgettable moments of his return came when he racked up over 200 receiving yards in a single game. This wasn't just an impressive stat, it was a statement. Darren had proven that he wasn't just another player trying to make it back to the league. He had cemented his place among the NFL's elite tight ends. But it wasn't just about the stats. Darren's story went deeper than that. Every catch, every touchdown, and every milestone was a reflection of his hard-earned redemption. He wasn't just playing the game, he was redefining what it meant to overcome adversity and rise to greatness. Darren Waller's NFL comeback wasn't just a personal achievement, it was an inspiration to anyone who has faced struggles and doubted their ability to bounce back. His journey to the top wasn't easy, but it showed that with determination, resilience, and a second chance, anything is possible. Darren Waller's journey didn't end with his personal success on the football field. His story of redemption and resilience became a powerful tool for change as he chose to use his platform to inspire and help others. Recognizing the deep impact his struggles and recovery had, Darren became more than just an NFL star. He became a mentor and advocate for those battling addiction. His openness about his past and his commitment to giving back has touched the lives of countless individuals. Through public speaking, community events, and social media, Darren shares his journey with the world. He isn't just talking about football, he's talking about recovery, healing, and transformation. His message is clear: addiction doesn't define you, and recovery is possible with the right support and determination. What makes Darren's story so impactful is his authenticity. He doesn't sugarcoat the struggles or pretend that the road was easy. Instead, he provides real, relatable insight into the ups and downs of his journey, giving hope to those who may feel like they're facing insurmountable obstacles. His advocacy has led to partnerships with organizations dedicated to addiction recovery, and his involvement in raising awareness has sparked important conversations. Darren's commitment to helping others extends beyond just football. It's a lifelong mission to inspire change and promote self-empowerment. Whether it's through motivational talks, personal mentoring, or simply being there for someone struggling, Darren Waller's impact is profound. His story serves as a beacon of hope, showing that no matter how far you've fallen, there's always a path forward. Ultimately, Darren's story is a testament to the power of resilience and the importance of using your platform for good. His impact goes far beyond the field, creating ripples of positive change in the lives of many. Thanks for watching. Please like the video, press the subscribe button, and also drop your thoughts in the comment section.